It was 11:47 p.m. on a Thursday night when my phone started buzzing like an angry hornet on my nightstand. I was dead asleep, the kind of deep sleep where you're dreaming about something random and peaceful, like floating on a cloud or eating unlimited tacos without gaining weight. Then that buzzing ripped me right out of paradise. I fumbled for my phone, squinting at the bright screen that felt like it was burning my retinas. The caller ID read Jenna, my best friend of 20 years. We'd been through everything together: high school, college, bad breakups, good breakups, weddings, funerals, the whole shebang. She was more like a sister than a friend. The kind of person who had a key to my apartment, knew my Netflix password, and had seen me at my absolute worst without ever judging me. She was the person I called when I needed to cry, the person who showed up at my door with wine when I'd had a bad day, the person who'd held my hand through my divorce and helped me pick up the pieces. "Jenna?" I croaked, my voice all scratchy from sleep. "What's wrong? It's almost midnight. Is everything okay?" "Tamara, oh my God, I'm so sorry to wake you up." Her voice was shaky, panicked, the kind of voice that makes your heart start racing before your brain even processes what's happening. "I need your help. Like really bad. It's an emergency. I wouldn't call you this late if it wasn't absolutely necessary." I sat up straight, suddenly wide awake. My heart was pounding in my chest. "What happened? Are you okay? Is it the kids? Is it Marcus? Tell me what's going on." "Nothing like that. I mean, everyone's fine. Physically, anyway. But Tamara, I'm in a situation. A really bad situation. And I need your car. I know it's crazy to ask, but I'm desperate. I don't know what else to do." I blinked, trying to process that. "My car, Jenna? What are you talking about? You have a car. You have your own car. Why do you need mine?" I know, but Marcus took it. He's out of town for work, and he took my car because his is in the shop. He's been gone for 3 days, and he took my car with him. I'm stuck here with no way to get anywhere, and there's something I absolutely have to do tonight. Something important. Something I can't put off. Please, Tamara. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't absolutely necessary. You know that. You know I'd never put you in a bad position if I had any other option." I glanced at the clock. Almost midnight. I had to be at work at 7 a.m. for a big presentation. I'd been working on it for weeks, and I couldn't afford to mess it up. The last thing I needed was to be up all night dealing with some mysterious emergency. But this was Jenna, my ride or die. The woman who'd driven 2 hours in a blizzard to bring me soup when I had the flu. The woman who'd held my hair back when I was puking my guts out after my ex-boyfriend cheated on me. The woman who'd been there for every single major moment of my life. The woman who'd saved me more times than I could count. I couldn't say no. I wouldn't say no. She needed me, and I was going to be there for her. "Okay," I said, already swinging my legs out of bed. "Okay, come get the keys. I'll leave them under the mat. Just please be careful. That car is my baby." "Thank you, thank you, thank you." She sounded almost hysterical with relief. "I swear I'll bring it back first thing in the morning. I'll fill up the tank. I'll even wash it. I owe you big time. I'll never forget this, Tamara. You're a lifesaver." "Just be careful," I said, already heading for the front door. "Don't do anything stupid, and call me if you need anything else." "I mean it. I'm here for you." "I won't. I promise. You're a lifesaver. Tamara. Seriously, I love you. You're the best friend anyone could ever ask for." "I love you too. Now go handle your emergency. We'll talk tomorrow. I want to know everything." I hung up and left my keys under the doormat, just like I said I would. Then I went back to bed, trying to fall asleep again, but I couldn't. My brain was spinning, trying to figure out what kind of emergency could possibly require a car at midnight. Something with Marcus, something with her kids, something with her job, something with her family. I told myself it was none of my business. Jenna would tell me when she was ready. That's how our friendship worked. We didn't pressure each other. We trusted each other. We gave each other space when it was needed. We respected each other's boundaries, so I pushed the thoughts aside and forced myself to go back to. I woke up at 6:30 a.m. feeling like I'd been hit by a truck. My head was pounding, my eyes were gritty, and my whole body felt heavy and sluggish. The presentation was at 9 a.m., and I still had to finish my slides. I'd been so distracted by Jenna's call that I hadn't been able to focus on anything else. I stumbled into the kitchen, made a pot of coffee that was basically just caffeinated dirt, and started getting ready. I looked out the window, expecting to see my car in the driveway. But the driveway was empty, obviously. Jenna had it, but I expected to see it by the time I was ready to leave for work. She'd promised to bring it back first thing. She'd promised 7:00 a.m., no car. 7:15 a.m., no car. 7:30 a.m., still no car. I called Jenna, it went straight to voicemail. I left a message. Hey, it's me. I need my car, babe. I've got that big presentation this morning. Call me back ASAP. I'm starting to get worried. No response. I called again at 7:45, voicemail again. I was starting to get annoyed. My presentation was in an hour, and I couldn't show up looking frazzled and unprepared. I needed to get to the office, calm down, and run through my slides one more time. This presentation was for a major client, and if I messed it up, I could lose the account. And if I lost the account, I could lose my job. I tried Jenna's husband, Marcus. He answered on the second ring. Hey, Tamara, what's up? His voice was cheerful, normal, completely unsuspecting. He had no idea what was going on. Hey, Marcus, sorry to bother you, but I'm trying to get a hold of Jenna. Is she there? I've been calling her all morning and she's not answering. She's not here, he said, sounding confused. She said she was going to stay at her mom's last night. Something about helping her with some stuff. She said her mom wasn't feeling well, and she wanted to be there for her. Why? What's going on? Is something wrong? My stomach dropped. She's not at her mom's. She borrowed my car last night. Said it was an emergency. I haven't heard from her since. I've been calling her all morning and she's not answering. There was a long pause on the other end of the line. When Marcus spoke again, his voice was different. Tense, worried. The easygoing tone was gone, replaced by something sharper. What kind of emergency? What did she tell you? I don't know. She didn't tell me. She just said she needed the car, and I gave it to her. I figured she'd tell me when she was ready. I didn't want to pressure her. Tamara, Jenna's mom is in Florida. She's been there for 2 weeks. She's visiting her sister. Jenna knew that. She knew her mom wasn't here. My blood went cold. What? That doesn't make any sense. Why would she lie about that? She's not at her mom's, she's not here. And if she's not with you, then I have no idea where she is. I'm worried. Tamara, this isn't like her. She doesn't just disappear like this. My mind was racing. This didn't make any sense. Jenna wouldn't just disappear. She wouldn't lie to me. She was my best friend. We trusted each other with everything. She'd never given me any reason to doubt her. Unless she wasn't telling me the truth. Unless whatever she was doing was something she didn't want anyone to know about. Something she was ashamed of. Something she was hiding. Marcus, I'm going to track my car, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. I have a GPS tracker on it. I'll find out where she is. I'll figure out what's going on. Call me when you know something. He said, I'm worried, Tamara. I'm really worried. This isn't like her at all. She's been acting strange lately. Distant. Secretive. I should have said something, but I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. Please don't tell her I said that. I'll call you back as soon as I know something. Stay by your phone. I will. Be careful, Tamara. I have a bad feeling about this. I will, Marcus. I promise. I pulled up the GPS tracking app on my phone. My hands were shaking as I waited for it to load. The little blue dot appeared on the map, showing my car's current location. I stared at the screen, my heart pounding. It was in a part of town I didn't recognize. A rough part, the kind of neighborhood where you lock your doors and don't make eye contact with anyone. The kind of neighborhood where nothing good happens at midnight. The kind of neighborhood where people go when they don't want to be found. I stared at the screen, trying to make sense of it. Why would Jenna go there? She didn't know anyone in that area. She had no reason to be there. Unless she was in trouble. Unless she was involved in something she shouldn't be involved in. Unless she was running from something. I called Marcus back and told him where the car was. He was quiet for a long moment. That doesn't make any sense. He finally said, "There's nothing in that part of town. No businesses, no restaurants. Just empty warehouses and abandoned buildings. Why would she go there? What could she possibly be doing in a place like that? I don't know. That's what's freaking me out. I'm really worried, Marcus. I think something's wrong. I think she might be in trouble. Tamara, I'm going to go there. I'm going to find her. I need to know what's going on. I need to know if she's okay." "Marcus, wait. Let me come with you. That's my car. And she's my best friend. I need to know what's going on. I need to see for myself." "Fine. Meet me at the corner of 5th and Maple in 30 minutes. We'll figure this out together. Stay safe. Don't do anything stupid until I get there." "I won't. I promise. I'll see you soon." I grabbed my keys, the spare set I kept in my desk drawer, and headed out. I took an Uber to the meeting spot. My mind spinning the whole way. What was Jenna doing? Why had she lied to me? Why had she gone to that part of town? Why was she ignoring my calls? What was she hiding? I didn't have any answers, but I was about to find out. Marcus was already there when I arrived. He looked pale and worried, his usual easygoing demeanor completely gone. He was pacing back and forth, his phone clutched in his hand. He looked like he hadn't slept all night. "Tamara, thank God," he said when he saw me. "I've been trying to call her. Still no answer. It's going straight to voicemail every time. She's never done this before. She's never ignored my calls like this." "We'll find her," I said, trying to sound more confident than I felt. "Let's go. We need to figure out what's going on." We got in Marcus's car and drove to the location the GPS had shown. It was a rundown motel on the outskirts of town, the kind of place that rents rooms by the hour and doesn't ask too many questions, the kind of place where people go to hide, the kind of place where people go when they don't want to be found. The parking lot was mostly empty, but there in the corner was my car. It was parked next to a beat-up old sedan with out-of-state plates. My heart was pounding as Marcus pulled in next to it. "That's my car," I said, stating the obvious. "But where is she? Where is Jenna?" "We're about to find out," Marcus said, his jaw tight. "Stay here. I'll go check the rooms. I'll knock on doors until I find her. Like hell, I'm staying here. That's my best friend in there. I'm coming with you. I'm not going to sit in the car while you find her. I need to see for myself that she's okay." We walked up to the motel office, a grimy little building with a flickering neon sign that read vacancy. The clerk behind the counter was an old man with yellowed teeth and a suspicious look in his eyes. He was watching us like we were about to cause trouble. "Can I help you?" he asked, his voice rough and unfriendly. "We're looking for someone," Marcus said, his voice cold. "A woman. She came here last night. She was driving that silver Honda out there. We need to find her. It's urgent." The clerk's eyes darted to the window, then back to us. "I don't know nothing about that. People come and go. I don't keep track of who's who. It's not my business what people do in their rooms." "Look, man," I said, stepping forward. "That's my car. My friend borrowed it without permission. I need to find her. She might be in trouble. Just tell us which room she's in. Please, I'm begging you." The clerk hesitated, clearly weighing his options. He looked at Marcus, then at me, then back at Marcus. He seemed to sense that we weren't going to leave without answers. "Room 12, he finally said, shrugging. "But I'm telling you, I don't know nothing about what's going on in there. I just rent the rooms. I don't ask questions." We didn't wait for him to finish. We were already heading for room 12. The door to room 12 was closed, but I could hear voices coming from inside. One of them was Jenna's, the other was a man's. A man I didn't recognize. A man with a deep, rough voice that made my skin crawl. I looked at Marcus. His face was a mask of barely controlled rage. His hands were clenched into fists at his sides. "Jenna," I shouted, banging on the door. "Jenna, open up. It's Tamara. Open the door right now." The voices stopped. There was a long, tense silence. Then the door creaked open. Jenna stood there, her eyes wide with shock and something else. Something that looked a lot like guilt. She looked different, messy, disheveled, like she'd been through something traumatic. Her makeup was smeared, and she was wearing clothes that didn't look like hers. Tamara? Marcus? What are you guys doing here? How did you find me? What are we doing here? Marcus exploded. What are you doing here, Jenna? You told Tamara you had an emergency. You told me you were at your mom's. You lied to both of us. Instead, you're at some run-down motel with some guy I've never even met. What the hell is going on? What are you doing? Jenna's face crumpled. She looked like she was about to cry. But before she could say anything, a man appeared behind her. Tall, dark-haired, with a hard look in his eyes that made my blood run cold. He was wearing a leather jacket and had a tattoo on his neck that looked like it belonged on someone dangerous. Jenna, he said, his voice smooth and dangerous. Who are these people? What are they doing here? They're my friends. Jenna stammered. My husband. And my best friend. I told you they might come looking for me. I told you they'd be worried. You told me you had this handled. The man said, his eyes narrowing. You told me no one would find out. You told me you'd take care of it. Now look at this mess. Find out what? I demanded, stepping forward. What's going on here? What are you mixed up in? Jenna. Who is this guy? What are you doing with him? Jenna started crying. Real ugly, gut-wrenching sobs that made my heart ache despite everything. I'm so sorry, she choked out. I'm so sorry, Tamara. I didn't mean to drag you into this. I didn't have a choice. I was desperate. I didn't know what else to do. Of course you had a choice, I said. My voice softer now. You always have a choice. Just tell me what's going on. Let me help you. I'll do whatever I can to help you. You know that. But the man was shaking his head. This is a private conversation. He said, you need to leave. Both of you. Now. Before things get ugly. Like hell we're leaving. Marcus snarled, stepping in front of me. That's my wife you're talking to. And whatever you're involved in, it's over. We're taking her home right now. I don't think so, the man said. And then he pulled out a gun. The gun changed everything. The air in the room got thick, heavy, hard to breathe. I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. I just stared at that cold black barrel and wondered if I was about to die in a motel room in the worst part of town. My heart was pounding so loud I was sure everyone could hear it. Everyone just calm down, the man said, his voice eerily calm. Nobody has to get hurt. Just do what I say, and everything will be fine. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to finish what we started. Jenna, Marcus said, his voice shaking. Jenna, what is this? Who is this guy? What's going on? Jenna was crying so hard she could barely speak. His name is Derek, she finally managed. He's a loan shark. I owe him money. A lot of money, more than I can ever pay back. Loan shark? I repeated, my mind reeling. Jenna, what are you talking about? Why would you borrow money from a loan shark? Why wouldn't you come to us? We could have helped you. We're your friends. Because I was desperate, she wailed. Marcus lost his job last year. We were behind on the mortgage. The credit cards were maxed out. I didn't know what else to do. I was drowning, and I didn't see any other way out. I found Derek online. He seemed legit. He seemed like he could help me. He said he could help me consolidate my debt. Give me a fresh start. But then the interest rates kicked in, and I couldn't keep up, and now I owe him $50,000. And he's threatening to hurt my family if I don't pay. 50,000? Marcus looked like he was going to be sick. Jenna, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me we were in that much trouble? We could have figured something out together. We're a team. We're supposed to face things together. I didn't want to worry you, she sobbed. You were already stressed. You were already blaming yourself for losing your job. I didn't want to make it worse. I thought I could handle it on my own. I thought I could find a way out. But what does this have to do with my car? I asked, still trying to piece things together. Why did you need to borrow it? What were you planning to do with it? Jenna looked at me, her eyes full of shame. Derek said he needed a car for a job. He said if I helped him, he'd knock some money off my debt. He said it was just a delivery. Something simple. He swore no one would get hurt. He said it would be easy. A delivery, I repeated, my voice hollow. What kind of delivery? What were you delivering? Derek smiled, a cold, predatory smile that made my blood run cold. Let's just say it's not the kind of delivery you'd want your car associated with. But don't worry, it's already done. Your car is clean now, no evidence. You've got nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about? I shrieked. You used my car for a drug run. My car? Do you have any idea what could happen to me if the cops find out? I could lose my job. I could go to jail. My whole life could be ruined. My reputation could be destroyed. My family could be torn apart. I said relax, Derek said, his voice hardening. Nobody's going to the cops, because if you do, Jenna's the one who's going down. And I know you don't want that. I know you don't want to see your best friend go to prison. So let's all just calm down and figure this out like reasonable people. I looked at Jenna, my best friend, the woman who'd been there for me through everything, the woman I'd trusted with my life, and I realized that I didn't know her at all. Okay, I said, forcing myself to stay calm. Okay, let's all just take a breath and figure this out. There has to be a way out of this. There has to be a way to fix this. There's nothing to figure out. Derek said, Jenna's going to pay me what she owes, and she's going to keep helping me with my business until she does. That's the deal. That's how it works. Or what? Marcus asked, his voice cold. You'll kill her? Kill all of us? Because I'm pretty sure that's not going to end well for you. I'm pretty sure that would make things a lot worse for everyone. Derek laughed. It was a harsh, ugly sound that echoed through the room. I don't have to kill anyone. I just have to make sure you all understand the consequences of crossing me. And trust me, the consequences are worse than anything you can imagine. I've been doing this for a long time. I know how to make people disappear. I looked at Jenna again. She was still crying, but there was something else in her eyes now. Something that looked like determination, like she'd finally decided to fight back. Tamara, she said quietly, I know you're angry. I know you have every right to hate me right now. But I need you to trust me. Just one more time, please. I know I don't deserve it, but I'm asking you. Trust you? I laughed bitterly. You lied to me. You put me in danger. You used my car for something illegal, and now you're asking me to trust you? After everything you've done? Yes, she said. Because I have a plan. A way to get us all out of this. But I need your help. I can't do it alone. What kind of plan? What are you planning to do? She looked at Derek, then back at me. Derek has a boss, a guy named Vincent. He's the one who really runs things. Derek's just a middleman, a hired gun. If we can get evidence against Vincent, we can take them both down. We can end this for good. You want to take down a crime boss? I said, incredulous. Jenna, that's insane. That's the kind of thing that gets people killed. That's the kind of thing that gets your whole family killed. You can't be serious. I know, she said. But it's the only way. If we don't do something, we're all going to be stuck in this forever. Derek will keep bleeding me dry. He'll keep using you. He'll never let us go. He'll never stop. This is our only chance. Derek's expression had shifted. He looked uncertain now, uneasy. Jenna, he said, his voice tight. What are you doing? What are you saying? Jenna's eyes flashed. I'm saving us. Derek, all of us, you included, I'm ending this. I don't know what you're talking about, he said. But there was a tremor in his voice that hadn't been there before. I am talking about the files, Jenna said. The ones you kept in your safe. The ones with all the evidence against Vincent. The ones that could put him away for life. I copied them, every single one. I've had them for weeks. Derek's face went white. You're lying. You're bluffing. You don't have anything. Am I? Jenna pulled a flash drive out of her pocket. I've got it right here, and if anything happens to us, it goes straight to the police. I have a dead man's switch set up. If I don't check in within 24 hours, the files get released. So if you hurt us, you're going down too. Derek stared at the flash drive, his eyes wide with a mixture of fear and fury. You little— I'm not little, Jenna said, her voice firm now. I'm desperate, and desperate people do desperate things. So here's how this is going to go. You're going to let us walk out of here. You're going to cancel my debt. And you're going to disappear. If I ever see you again, this flash drive goes straight to the cops, understand? Derek didn't say anything for a long moment. He just stood there, his gun still pointed at us, his eyes flickering between Jenna and the flash drive in her hand. The tension in the room was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Then, slowly he lowered the gun. Fine, he said, his voice flat. You win. Take your friends and get out of here. But if I ever find out that you lied about any of this, if I ever find out that you don't have what you say you have— You won't, Jenna said, because I'm not lying. And you're gonna keep your end of the bargain too. Understand, this is over. You leave us alone, and I'll keep the flash drive safe. You try anything, and it goes straight to the police. Derek nodded, his jaw tight. You have 3 days to get out of my sight. After that, I'm not responsible for what happens. If I see you again, it's over. 3 days is plenty, Jenna said. Come on, guys, we're leaving now. We didn't need to be told twice. Marcus grabbed my arm and pulled me toward the door. Jenna followed, clutching the flash drive like it was made of gold. We made it to the car and drove away without looking back. My heart was pounding the whole way. I couldn't believe what had just happened. I couldn't believe we'd actually gotten out of there alive. I kept looking in the rearview mirror, expecting to see Derek's car following us. We made it back to my house. We sat in the living room, trying to process everything that had happened. Nobody said anything for a long time. It took us 3 hours to calm down enough to have a real conversation. We stopped at a diner on the edge of town, the kind of place that's open 24 hours and serves coffee that's been sitting in the pot since the Nixon administration. We needed neutral ground. We needed to talk. Jenna told us everything. The full story. How she'd gotten involved with Derek. How the debt had spiraled out of control. How she'd been trying to pay it off by helping him with his deliveries. How she'd been terrified that Marcus would find out and leave her. How she'd been terrified that I would find out and hate her. How she'd been living in fear for months. And I did hate her. For a little while, I was so angry I couldn't see straight. She'd lied to me. She'd put me in danger. She'd used me. But then I looked at her, really looked at her, and I saw the fear and the shame and the desperation. I saw someone who'd made terrible mistakes because she was trying to protect the people she loved. I saw someone who'd been drowning and didn't know how to ask for help. You should have told me, I said finally. You should have told me everything from the beginning. I could have helped you. I would have helped you. That's what friends are for. I know, she said, tears streaming down her face. I'm so sorry, Tamara. I'm so sorry for everything. I was so scared and I didn't know what to do. I just wanted it to go away. I just wanted everything to be okay again. It's not going to go away, I said. We're going to fix it, together. But you have to promise me something. Anything. I promise you anything. I'll do whatever it takes. Never lie to me again, no matter how bad it is. No matter how scared you are. We're best friends. We're supposed to be there for each other. And that means being honest, even when the truth is ugly. Even when it hurts. Even when you're afraid. I promise, she said. I swear. No more lies, no more secrets. I'm done with all of it. I'm done running. I'm done hiding. I'm going to face my problems head on. We hugged then. A long, ugly, tear-filled hug that probably looked ridiculous to anyone watching. But I didn't care. My best friend was safe. That was all that mattered. It took us 2 years to fully recover from what happened. 2 years of therapy, of rebuilding trust, of learning to be honest with each other again. 2 years of Marcus and Jenna working through their financial issues and getting back on solid ground. 2 years of healing. Derek and Vincent were eventually arrested. Someone else had tipped off the police about their operation. I don't know who. I don't want to know. All I care about is that they're behind bars, and they can't hurt anyone else. The flash drive was handed over to the authorities, And they used it to build a case. My car was fine, by the way. No drugs. No evidence. Just some weird scratches on the paint job that I never bothered to fix. Every time I look at them, I remember how close I came to losing everything. I remember how one lie can spiral out of control and destroy everything you love. I remember how quickly things can fall apart. But I also remember something else. I remember that even in the darkest moments, there's always a way out. Even when you feel like you're trapped, there's always someone who's willing to help you. All you have to do is ask. All you have to do is reach out. And I remember that friendship is about more than just the good times. It's about showing up when things are hard. It's about forgiveness. It's about being there for each other. No matter what, it's about loving each other through the mess. Jenna and I are closer now than we ever were before. We don't keep secrets from each other. We don't lie to protect each other. We just talk about everything, the good stuff and the bad stuff. And it's the best thing that's ever happened to our friendship. So if there's one thing I want you to take away from this story, it's this: be honest with the people you love. Don't try to handle everything on your own. Don't let fear keep you from reaching out. Don't let shame stop you from asking for help. Because the people who love you want to help you. They want to be there for you. They want to carry the weight with you. And when you let them, when you open up and let them in, you'll find that you're stronger together than you ever could be alone. Loved this story? Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a video. I upload brand new stories every single day. Gripping, emotional, and packed with twists that'll keep you guessing until the very end. Don't forget to like this video if it gave you all the feels. Comment below, have you ever had a friend who lied to you about something big? How did you handle it? I read every single comment. Share this story with someone who needs to hear it. Sometimes the best lessons come from other people's experiences. Got a story idea? Drop it in the comments. Your suggestion might just become the next video on this channel. Subscribe now and join our growing family of story lovers. New videos drop daily at 7 a.m. EST. Perfect to watch with your morning coffee. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Until next time, stay honest, stay brave, and never let fear keep you from reaching out to the people who love you. Because they're there for you, and you're there for them. And that's what matters most.